Dee 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 dee. Keto living is the life for me. Coffee, cooking, and recipes. Spending my days with my doggies. So be a sport. Set your alarm for Wednesdays for the Warden's Report. Welcome to the Warden Report. I hope everyone is having a fantastic week. I'm excited. Now we're in week 101. Wow. So I hope everyone's having a good time. It is, I'm spooky without coffee, right? This from Grounds and Hound, their mug, which is a really nice mug. I'm impressed with everything I've gotten from them. That's good. Um, but yeah, and anytime you order from them, it goes towards rescue groups for dogs and maybe cats too. I'm not sure. I know for sure dogs, so I'm all for that, y'all. So yeah, guess what? Today is actually Halloween. I did not record anything yesterday. Just, it's Wednesday. I had a lot going on. Honestly, I guess I should have got the camera out. Didn't eat anything different. So for lunch, I had again, I'll show you, I'm going to have it again for today's lunch. So that's what I'm having. And last night, which I'm going to be having again tonight, we're just having leftover prime rib with a salad and the cheesy cheesy cauliflower. But I'm excited. Today is Halloween. Um, I will dress up later. I'm not dressed up now. Of course, I'm working. But later I will put on something for all the trick-or-treaters. And so I'm excited about that. It is kind of been a rainy day so far, which honestly, we needed the rain, right? Those of you in Houston and surrounding, it seemed like forever since we had rain. So I'm glad we finally got some rain in. Probably sucks for, the trick-or-treaters. I don't know if it's going to rain tonight or not. Hopefully not, because I have a huge bag of candy and I want them to come get it all. But other than that, the other thing I worked on, I can tell all this because it's going to be on the Friday night feast, November 1st. Renee is coming, and so I have everything planned. So I started making stuff last night so I wouldn't be like overwhelmed tomorrow, because I feel like I'm still going to have a lot of stuff going on tomorrow. So what I made last night was the 3 dips. So I did a whipped feta dip. Then I did a roasted red pepper and walnut dip. That one's really good. And then finally, our Hey Yo. This is my first time doing the whipped feta and the other ones. So if y'all want those recipes or recipe video, the comment below #dips, so I will know if you're interested. And then I started with some nuts, y'all. I made some spiced nuts, and I'm gonna make some more probably tonight as well. And I tried another one using Ketochow to do like protein coated nuts. It turned out actually pretty good, and the coating actually stayed on, and it finally, when you first pull out of the oven, it was still a little wet, but it finally, solidified on it, and it ended up good. So I'm undecided if I'm going to make some more of that, because I did eat them all. I just made a small test batch to see if it would even work, but I might, excuse me, I might make some more. I was like, ooh, the gingerbread would be great on the nuts. So we'll see. We'll see if I get to that. Tonight, what our plan is, and this is going to be a team effort with HungryHeath, but we are going to make our famous ABTs. We have a recipe for that. I'll try to remember to link it at the end, but you know how that is. I'll try. But what I'm doing different. So here's how it's going to go. If you didn't already, go watch the Friday Night Feast. I'm sure it's hilarious. So we are making up, I think, like 16 or so ABTs, but the difference is instead of regular little smokies, we got the hot and spicy sausage. So I'm going to cook that up, and then we have cream cheese that we're going to mix it all together. And then most of them will just be wrapped and that'll be it, right? And we're using cream cheese and actually Monterey Jack cheese combined. And that'll be it. But I'm going to take a handful, at least 4, maybe more. And what I've already done is I softened the cream cheese, a block of cream cheese, and I added the scorpion peppers and some chocolate hob, and of course our 5-spice and salt, and mix that all together. So that has been in the fridge, just like getting spicy. And tonight, then I'm going to take again a handful of that, mix it with the spicy sausage, put that in the pepper, and the bacon that we wrap around, I'm actually going to coat in our Texas 5-spice, wrap that around the pepper, and then put that, and that'll be kind of the challenge. So I won't ruin how we did it on the Friday Night Feast, but I think it's pretty fun. It's something we got from a restaurant a long time ago in Vegas at Gordon Ramsay's restaurant. It was called like Pepper Roulette. It's fun. So I'm going to make those specifically hotter, and I'm thinking I'm going to taste a little bit tonight, but if I don't think it's like tear worthy, like if I'm not getting tears from it, then I'm probably going to add a little bit of either our MCT or our or Dave's Insanity, and add just a little bit of that to the cream cheese to just like kick it up another notch. And I thought what would be cute would be, hey, if you want like to take it up a notch, have our MCT there, and you can put that on as like the last dab kind of deal. So anyways, that is what we're making tonight, and that will pretty much finish it. I do have a few more things out in the refrigerator to add to it, kind of more of a charcuterie thing. And so I kind of rearranged the dining table a little bit so I could have my like charcuterie board there with the meats and the nuts and the dips and the stuff to dip in. So I'm going to have pork rinds, bell peppers, and everybody, you know, can use those. So yeah, that's the plan. And then get that done, and in between doing all that, of course, we'll have dinner and we'll have trick-or-treaters. So I'm all excited about that. I hope y'all are having a wonderful day. I finally, it just feels like fall. Like when I woke up this morning and went to work and it was still dark outside, I was like, fall is here. And I'm just so happy. This is my favorite time of the year ever, and I'm just thoroughly excited, and just hopefully everything will go well. And I know we've got a lot of plans this weekend, so I'll try to record some of that. You know, with permission of those that are with us, I'll try to record and show you what all we're doing. But if you're new here, go ahead, hit the subscribe button, and make sure you turn on the bell notifications. And go ahead and hit the thumbs up, y'all. I really appreciate it. Thanks. My lunch today, cottage cheese with the avocado, couple of olives, and then this is some leftover chicken that we cooked up, I think, Monday night. So, yeah, that's my lunch today. Happy Friday and welcome to November already. I saw several of my Facebook friends post today. It's Christmas time. So, let me know if that's you. What are you looking forward to? What do you have plans for like this month as far as Thanksgiving goes? Do you celebrate it? Do you go or do you do the cooking? Just let me know. I'll probably ask more questions about that as we get closer to that date. Um, so yeah, it is. It's Friday, but guess what? I'm spooky year round, y'all. I don't save it just for October. Mm, that's good. I do amp it up though. I do amp it up. So, I thought I would share with you because, with it being minors and stuff, I'm not going to film that. But some adorable costumes last night. So we went to a little bit after 8 handing out, but I'm going to be honest. About 7:45, I was already getting tired of it, because you have to get up and down every time. But not so much that, but it's just, okay. Like, I'm ready to go snuggle with my husband. He's sitting on the couch. Of course, he was working on getting the live scheduled and all that stuff. But still, I want to be with him, y'all. So I started giving out a lot more. At first, I was like, oh, let's just give 2 to 3 pieces per child. If they're a little kid, just do 2. If they're, teenagers, give them 3. But then towards the end, I was like, here, you get a handful, you get a handful, I saw somebody in our Facebook group said they had like 300 trick-or-treaters. I know I didn't have anywhere near that, but they would come in groups, which is cool, right? Um, especially a lot of the preteens and teenagers, I don't even know people's ages. They could have all been teenagers and little kids. That's about all I know the difference of. But anyways, they would go in packs of 5 or 8 at a time. So that was neat. And there were some that really went all out, and then there's some that, they were like, well, my friends are dragging me along kind of thing is how it felt. But some of my favorites, there was one couple I noticed early on in the evening. So I think it all started about 6 o'clock. Early on is usually the youngest kids, right? And it's the parents, and they're there, trying to get their little toddler who's barely able to walk, that kind of thing. Well, one, the parents came and Heath got the door. And when the little kid saw Hank, that's our headless horseman, he came running into the house and wanted to oh, let me see who this is. And Heath was like, whoa. But it didn't matter. And the parents were like, oh my gosh, I'm sorry. But he only ran right into the entry, so nothing big. But that was cute. And then I had one where the parents came, and I mean, they had to be a toddler because I know that some don't speak because they get, really shy. But I'm just like, do they even know how to speak, right? They were very young and so adorable. They had their child dressed as Chucky. So literally the same size as the Chucky, right? So it was definitely right at that age. Even had the makeup with the little stitches and stuff, or the cuts that Chucky has. And the kid had this, I guess it was a glove that had the big knife on it. The knife was almost as big as they were. It was so freaking adorable. I was like, oh my gosh, that is so cute. I mean, that's the time to do it, right? If you have a kid that's a toddler, if they're at the height of the Chucky, you have to do that, right? So that was cute. I saw a few Wednesday Addams. Of course, there was your fairies, and there was a little princess and a few little witches. And I'm trying to think. I think some of the stuff I don't know, like the Minecraft, I don't know what those things are, but like I was somewhat like, oh, okay, I know that's from that kind of thing that I'm not familiar with, or anime. Like I kind of know, but I would never be able to tell you, oh, it's from that show or anything. Like, no, but I kind of could gather that. So some of those, saw a couple teenage guys were dressed as Freddy, like with the sweater and everything. That was awesome. Another one I had that I thought was really cool. His kid was dressed as the Grim Reaper with the scythe and everything. And I was like, oh my gosh, your costume is awesome. And then the kid didn't even say anything. The parent was like, yeah, thanks. Like the kid was staying in character. That was awesome. Um, yeah, so I didn't see any Michaels. Um, but that it was fun, and had quite a few that were like, "Oh, love your decor." And one young girl, she was like, she goes, because right by the front door is a wraith, right? And so when they walk in, it's motion detective, and then it would go off. And so a lot, especially if the kids are like under, I don't know, 6, 7, they're really gonna scream. Some of them will run down towards the mailbox, excuse me, and like holler or whatever. And that's also how I'd know, oh, someone's here, because I would hear the wraith before the ring. And and then one little girl, she was like, she goes, I just, and she was dressed as Wednesday Addams, like adorable. Oh, and she had a foxtail. So it made me think of Coda. And anyway, she said, I really like your decor. You did really good. I was like, oh, that's so sweet, right? So yeah, lots, that happened a few times. And yeah, other than that, it was fun. Handed out all of the candy. I mean, it was only 270 pieces, but yeah, I was like, okay, this is going, we're not having leftovers in this house. So I was like, even if, because there was like kind of a slow period for about 15 or so minutes where there wasn't anyone. And I was like, oh my gosh, is that it? Is that all of them? And I had like, I don't know, a quarter of the bag left. I'm like, somebody better come, because I'm giving them this bag. We ain't keeping it, right? Um, so they eventually did it. The last group was like literally 8 teenagers, preteens, something like that. And so I was like, okay, yeah, you're all getting the rest of this, and handed it all out to them. So that was pretty good, and I think everybody had a good time. And I hopefully the kids did. I know some other people in the neighborhood. One of them, because people post who's handing out candy, like just walk. But anyways, one of them actually had said that they were handing out. Sorry, something came up. Oh my gosh. Okay. I saw my cup, because so you know how my coffee makes more than one cup, and I've been putting it in here to keep it hot. And I saw this laying down, and I like freaked out, but I had the lid like it's sealed, but still, that was scary. So this is one of our coffee mugs, y'all. But anyhow, uh, what was I saying? Yeah, the I don't even know what I was talking about. I'm sorry, y'all. I got really sidetracked. But overall, I think it was fun. Oh, yeah. So somebody in the subdivision was handing out full-size candy bars. Like, bougie. They got head up, but several others were, they were like, lots and lots of candy left here. And so they were having fun. And um, that's always good. It's nice that the community comes together, and at least for one night, everybody's just having fun, letting go of things, and just enjoying going out and walking around. I did notice, like when I was growing up, like the streets would be full of people walking, like you just walk the whole subdivision, or until you just got too tired, right? You just like I, kids here, of course, I didn't get to trick or treat, but I would see them and they would be walking the whole subdivision. Seems like now I see a lot more people doing cars. Like I would just notice there would be a car like parked across the street that, I didn't know. So I don't know, people were like parking for a little bit and doing like that block and then drive into the next one. I don't know, but I was like, that's different, but okay. Mm, that's good. But overall, I had a lot of fun and we got a lot more prep done for tonight's Friday night feast, y'all. I'm so excited about it tonight. So we started prepping a lot more. We talked to Renee. She will be a little late, but it's going to be okay because, so I'm going to be making a charcuterie board. Charcuterie. And with that, I was like, beforehand, I was going to get it all done so it'd be ready like when we go live. But actually, it works out since Renee's going to be running late. I can make the charcuterie board with y'all live. And I thought maybe that would be more fun. Y'all can watch me kind of put it together and see what you think. So hopefully all of that goes well, y'all. We are going to be in a different location for tonight, but I'm like super looking forward to it. Again, we did the stuff last night, and the challenge was I made sure I wrapped those up differently so we would know which ones were the insane ones. And I had Heath try just a little bit, like I'm telling y'all, sorry, when I say I took a teaspoon and it probably wasn't even a fourth of that teaspoon, and I said, here, Heath, try it. Now I took a teaspoon of it and my mouth was blazing for, I don't know, a good hour. Like it was still tingling and blazing. I wasn't crying though, but it was hot. And I gave just a fourth of it to Heath and I said, okay, you try this. And he was like, whoa, that dog was hot. Like he was like, oh, it's hot. No more. So isn't that cute? So we should have fun with that. I made extras, and like when we first do the first one, it is just gonna be like kind of a roulette challenge. So we'll see how that goes, and who ends up with that one. But yeah, that's our plan tonight. And then of course the dips are made. I got the nuts done, and the other thing, I just have to cut up some bell pepper to use as chips, and then of course we have our pork rinds, and get that all done. And then I'm gonna leave work hopefully a little early, and I want to like do another sweep through on cleaning. Like yesterday, got the guest bedroom, all the sheets cleaned, and that bed remade with clean sheets and everything put back on it, because that's the one bed. You see the memes where they talk about how us ladies love to have like 500 pillows on a bed. Let me know, #pillow, if you like to have your bed filled with pillows. Our actual bed, I don't do that because I'm lazy. I'm not going to be taking pillows on and off every single day, right? Nah. But the guest room, since, we don't get a lot of guests that stay overnight, then yes, I pile the pillows on that bed. So that bed's got about, I don't know, 10 or so pillows on it. Maybe more. I don't know. It's like fills up half that bed at least. And so I got that all made up again. And so I just need to go through and, do last minute touches, make sure everything's good and set up and looks pretty clean, and hopefully be comfortable stay for our guest. So yeah, that's what's going on. That I check in. I'll probably show you my lunch in a bit. It's the same. I've been having the same lunch all week, y'all. It's just going to be cottage cheese and avocado. That's it. But yeah, I'll show you in a little bit. Thanks. Saturday morning, y'all, and we are at Corkscrew Barbecue. We got a pound of some fatty brisket, link of the jalapeno cheese sausage, 2 ribs. We got their homemade queso, all the veggies, and yeah, and I'm with this guy, this girl, her new beau, and yeah, so we're having our lunch today,
it's
y'all.
Vic. That's awesome.
We are at Jalisco's, and this is the cauliflower appetizer. Monday, and for my lunch today, I do have some cottage cheese with a green tomato, some olives, of course, my avocado. I decided to do green tomatoes this week. What do y'all think? Do you like green tomatoes? I know commonly it's like fried green tomatoes, but let me know. Earlier I did have some yogurt with some of my homemade jam, and I did of course forget to film that, but anyways, it's just yogurt with jam. And then yeah, so that's today's lunch. So I know this video is gonna be short this week because I just didn't get to film. We were just so busy. And then Friday night on the live, if you didn't watch that, I did include a couple, sorry about that, a couple of photos of the charcuterie board that I made. But basically, I did a board. I made 3 different dips. So I made a whipped feta, and then a roasted red pepper and walnut dip, and then finally our hey yo sauce. And then I also made some spicy walnuts, and then I did some like sweet and fall flavored pecans. And then I got those roll-ups from Aldi, where it's the mozzarella cheese with either pepperoni, salami, or prosciutto wrapped around it. And that, I think that was a hit. They all enjoyed that. And then finally, for chips, I sliced up bell peppers, and that was really good. And then for our challenge, I made the ABTs, and then I did a special extra spicy blend, but it ended up being not as spicy as I thought it was going to be. I guess whenever it cooked, kind of mellowed out to me. And then Sunday, but you can go watch that Friday Night Feast if you haven't already and see all the stuff we did. And then Sunday, Saturday, we got up really early so that we get to Corkscrew Barbecue and hopefully, get early in the numbers. But when he got there was one other person, but they hadn't put out the stickers yet, or the tags. And he waited around. I went and got Renee and Joe. They were taking a little bit longer. It was hard going to bed really late and getting up early, excuse me. And so we got them, went over there. He was still waiting for the numbers, and there was already a line. But most people are nice. They're like, okay, I know I'm before that person, or I came after that person, so they just kind of line up anyways. And then Joe, Renee, and I walked over to Trilogy Brew and each got some coffee, and then walked back to the Corkscrew. It's only 0.2 miles each way, so hey, a little bit of steps in, right? And then they finally put the numbers out. We got to be number 1 because the guy who was there, he like left and never came back. So we got to be number 1, and the barbecue was amazing. So we got just the Holy Trinity. So brisket, got a pound of brisket because I was like, then we'll have the leftovers on Sunday. And then we also got a link of their jalapeno cheese sausage. And then finally we got 2 pork ribs. And so that was really good. And I tried their homemade queso, very delicious. And then there was supposed to be kind of like a Samhain Halloween market, but it was about an hour and a half drive away. And when I've gone to theirs in the past, they used to be in this park that had a pavilion and everything. And for some reason, they would get protesters. There's some kind of very evangelical church, and in that area, I guess they don't like anything that's Halloween related. Kind of weird to me, but anyhow, so they're no longer at the park, and they're at this other location. The good thing with the park is it had the covered pavilions, and so if it was rainy or whatever, it's no big deal. Well, I didn't know that they had moved. It was still the same city, but he said something about the organizer, when they're at the park, even though any protesters have to be, at least X number of feet away, that the park still, like, it can still be off-putting to people who are coming. They're just like, what is this? These people with a megaphone, and sometimes they would try to block traffic, and just yell stuff that really isn't even appropriate for children to hear. When I've gone a couple times, I would hear it, and I'm just like, there's children at this event. Like, you shouldn't be. Anyway, in my opinion. And so they couldn't get any guarantees from the park. So that's city owned. That, hey, if we call and there's protesters, you will make them leave. And so he found this other place, and it's really just kind of off the side of the road. But I guess because of where it is, then there would not be any way that protesters, like if the protesters showed up, the police would actually take them away. So we went out there anyways. And it was a rainy day. We got a Corkscrew. We were fine. I was like, hey, maybe we'll luck out and we won't get any rain today. But on the way there, it would rain really hard off and on. There was a couple times where it was like really hard to see type rain, to drive in that. But we finally made it there, and it was a mud hole. At least I hope half the vendors didn't show up. It seemed like maybe a handful, 5 to 10 vendors, but they were way spaced apart. So they weren't even together. And so that kind of made it hard, to see everything. And then when we did, sorry, somebody's messaging me. And then when they, so we would try to walk around. The only restroom they had was a porta can, which again, back at the park actually had built-in restrooms, so it was nice. But anyhow, we walked to a few of the vendors, and then it just started to downpour, so we couldn't go and walk the rest because they, again, were spread out. So we ended up just running back to the car. I did get me some soaps. You know how I love my soaps, so I got me some bougie soaps. That was the only thing I purchased. And then we made it back to the car. And then from there, we were like, okay, great. This is kind of a bust. So they had talked about a pop shelf, which is kind of like the high end of, or higher end of Five Below. So we went to that, which was kind of like on our way back to where we wanted to go anyway. So we went there, and actually Five Below was in the same shopping strip. So we went to both. I'd never been to either Pop Shelf or Five Below. Let me know if you've been to either of those, and what did you think? It was cool to look at everything, but honestly, it's not the type of store I would be going to. It's kind of like, think of Dollar Tree. Like, it's going, like, Dollar Tree's your base. So if you know what Dollar Tree has, right, it's the same thing they offer, like, at Five Below and then to Pop Shelf. So it's like, kind of, where's your range of what you're wanting to buy. So not really anything for us. And then after that, we went to Trader Joe's because Renee does not have a Trader Joe's close by. And so we weren't that far from Trader Joe's. So we went there, and that was fun. Happy for her. She got the sofrito seasoning, and she just freaking loves that stuff. And apparently it is a seasonal item, so she only gets it like at this time of year. So at Trader Joe's, she like bought up hopefully a year's supply of that seasoning. I did get a few jars myself, and I saw some Calabrian chilies. I love those that are like fermented chilies. And then, in fact, on my lunch today, if you saw that, I put the sofrito on my lunch. And then, so we had fun, but we were kind of getting short on time because driving everywhere. And we had dinner reservations at 6. So we kind of hurried through Trader Joe's, picked up a few things, and then checked out. And then we actually ended up getting to the restaurant like 20 minutes early, so we could have taken a little bit longer. But we went to Jalisco's, and that was really good. And I started filming some of it, y'all. I'm sorry, I'm horrible with this. I got the garlic, the cauliflower, which was like our appetizer. The other things Heath and I ordered, we decided to share the pumpkin lobster soup. But what was kind of sad is they serve it in this, like they bring out a big pumpkin and then they serve it out of that, but it was actually not even warm. So it's like, well, the pumpkin, wherever you're putting it, it's not keeping it. It was almost, wasn't chilled, but it wasn't hot at all. It was barely warm. So that was kind of disappointing because I like my soups hot, except if they say, like a gazpacho served chilled. But otherwise, I wanted it to be hot. But I didn't say anything, so that's on me. And then we ordered the panela cheese, and we all enjoyed that. It's so good. And then finally, for our main meal, Heath and I got the negro trompito, which is basically just the pork on the little spiral thing, and they seasoned it heavily with adobo spices, so that's what kind of gave it its black appearance. And that was really good. We had leftovers, so that's what we ate for dinner last night, and I don't even think I filmed that either. But yeah, so we had that. It was really good. Since it was Renee's birthday, they brought her out like a little, like I'm saying, this big of a cake. And so we each did have a bite, but mostly Renee could have that, but we each had a bite, and yeah, and then we ended up going back to the house, right? Just chill out, with our friends and everything. And then Sunday morning, I got up and I made omelets for everyone using some of the leftover barbecue. So, like for Heath and I's omelet, we each had brisket in it. For their omelet, they had some leftover rib meat and some brisket. So, mixed that together and put it in the omelet. So, I think it turned out pretty good, I hope. And then we had the live, and then they left. But it was such a pleasure to have Renee and Joe here this weekend. Thank you all again for visiting. Thanks, Renee, so much. Basically, spending your birthday with us almost every year. We so look forward to it. It's so much fun. We had a great time. And I'll have to show you again. She actually brought me a gift. But she got me these really cute soaps. Now, one of them I'm already using because it was a round one. The other one I'm not going to use because it is a skull, like an actual skull soap. So I already know where I'm going to put that. So I'll try to remember and show you that in a little bit. And she got me some makeup remover wipes because, I've said before, I just use soap. So she's like, here's that, what you're really supposed to use. But it was just a lot of fun having them here and getting to meet Joe and spend time with him. So hopefully they both enjoyed it, and hopefully we didn't scare Joe away and he'll be like, oh, look, your family's crazy, right? But it was nice. And then after they left, then Heath and I went grocery shopping, and I know I didn't show it, but we went to Aldi, and then we went to HEB, and, we got what we think we need for the coming week. And then we, came home and had the leftovers from the night before for dinner. And that was basically our weekend, y'all. It just went by so fast. So now I feel like Halloween's officially over. And now we're in November, so we're going to get through all of this. Tell me what you're looking forward to coming up, with Thanksgiving and Christmas and I know solstice and all the different holidays coming up. What are you looking forward to? Also, this is a reminder in our Facebook group, Hungry Horde Headquarters, the link is in the description, we are doing an Elfster gift exchange. So that deadline to sign up is coming up. So please make sure you use the link below. Go to our Facebook group, and I have it pinned to the top, and join in if you feel like it. Again, it's just something fun. So far, I think we have like 15 people signed up. So come on if you want to do that for this holiday season, and we'll have a little gift exchange. I always enjoy doing it. It's always fun. I feel like it's kind of like a treat for myself, and we really, because especially since all of our nieces and nephews are grown now, you really don't have like Christmas or gift exchanges anymore like that. It's not a big deal anymore around here, like as far as like big family gatherings. We just don't end up doing that nowadays. So this is kind of like our only way. And we were thinking what we'll do is on a live we'll have where we can all open our gifts from who we got. So we'll probably do that on one of the Friday night feast and be like, okay, this is the Friday night, so if you get anything, wait till this night to open it, and then we can all kind of like share what we got. For my kombuchas lovers, so I noticed, I'm trying to get in focus here. Okay, there we go. GTs, they like to do certain seasonal flavors, so this is their fall edition. I mean, isn't that a beautiful photo or picture or art? It's called Living in Gratitude. It's apple, turmeric, carrot, and spices. I'm going to tell you, it's very turmeric forward. So if you are a fan of turmeric, try this out. Let me know what you think. Happy Tuesday. So I've got my coffee here. Shout out Laura. I used today the peppermint mocha, Jordan's skinny syrup. It's really good. Like it said 2 tablespoons per cup. So I just did the 2, and woo, yeah, maybe because of the peppermint, it's strong. So tomorrow I'll probably just try the 1 and see how that works. But thank you so much. It's delicious because I've gone to 2 different Dutches. So I went one that's right over here by Gringo's, and then there's another one not too far away either. It just depends on which direction. But anyways, I went to both of those, and like last year, their peppermint, I think they called it like peppermint bark or whatever, coffee, you could get sugar-free. Like they had the pumpkin syrup sugar-free. But so far this year, they're not having the sugar-free. And I spoke to a guy yesterday, and he said, yeah, it's not even on the order. And he's like, and I know last year, we got it and it was delicious, the sugar-free. He's like, but it's not even on their order sheet. He's like, so I'll have to check and see what's going on, why they're not even having it. So that's kind of disappointing, but on the flip side, that just means I can make my own at home and save a few dollars. So yes, enjoying that this morning. I do enjoy peppermint coffee. I do like peppermint as well. So I'm not only pumpkin lover, I like peppermint. I have to say, honestly, for me, I really enjoy the fall and winter months in general and the flavors of this time of year. I'm not really like a spring summer person, very much a fall winter gal over here. Let me know which one you are. I saw one of my Facebook friends, and she's like, counting down till spring again, and hate that a lot of people posting about it's dark all the time. And here's my hot take. I love it. I love that I wake up and it's dark early in the morning like it should be, because in my opinion it should still be dark out at 6:30. Before 7 a.m. it should be dark because I should be sleeping. So then when the sun is coming out at 7, I'm like, yeah, that seems correct for me. And then at night when it's getting dark, like about 5 p.m., I love it. I love it. But I've always been a night person. a night out. I've always enjoyed nighttime. I get more awake at night, like in the mornings. And, usually by afternoon I'm good. But like right now, it's only 10 a.m., y'all. And yeah, it's just, I kind of feel like in a haze. But then once the sun sets, it's like something in me just awakens. And I'm like, yeah, I love this. So yeah, I'm definitely a night person. And maybe because I was born at night, I don't know if that has anything to do with it. Let me know. I was born at night, born in the winter, so in January is my birthday. And so maybe all that has to do with it because I'm like, ooh, the cool weather, the where it's darker and everything, like I just enjoy that. But maybe because my birthday's always been in this time of year, so it always gave me something to look forward to, so I saw the joy in it. I don't know. Who knows? But it is something I enjoy. So let me know. Are you a spring summer person or a fall winter? And also let's do a little pseudo poll. When is your birthday? Does it correlate to your birthday? So if you find, like Shauna will say, she's a spring summer person, but her birthday's in August, so maybe so. So let me know. I want to see if there's a correlation here. Let's do our own little mock poll here and determine from there, and then I'll publish a paper and so anyways, and today is, if you're in America, today is our voting day. I know because I have probably seen 5 million advertisements, post videos. I didn't watch the videos, but posted everywhere. The 5 million text and emails, probably almost all of us have gotten, right? So yeah, I have gotten all of that stuff, y'all. And we already voted last week, and okay, sorry. Um, but yeah, we already took care of that on our end, but today's should be the results. And I have seen, a lot of my friends have anxiety, and I totally get that. Yeah. It's going to be a day. I just know all the way around it'll be a day. But then back to regular life, right? Um, just, getting things done. Trying to think if there was anything else I was going to talk to y'all about. Just mostly this coffee, y'all, is the bomb. Mm. And then you probably saw around the rim, I got finally at Trader Joe's this weekend, I found their pumpkin spice. Now, the one at Sam's is technically cheaper because you get a bigger container, but since they never seem to have it in stock, I got the one at Trader Joe's. So I have some pumpkin spice. I mean, I can make my own. I know I'm lazy, but I've been enjoying it on my coffee. It's really good. So yeah, that's basically what's going on today. Well, I was just thinking I bought some we went to Aldi last night, and I got some peanut butter, and I was like, "Oh, I'll have a spoonful," but I obviously forgot cuz I tasted my coffee and I was like, "Oh, this is freaking good." And I just lost all thought of everything else. So I'm at work trying to figure out these system updates. For some reason, it looks like I didn't get put on for the queues that I actually need to work. So I'm just sitting here waiting. I'm doing the general ledger balancing now at my job. It's like my first week of doing it. So I'm trying to just do it all by myself. Before then, I've always watched people. Today, or this week actually started yesterday. I'm like, no, let me do it alone, and then I'll contact you. And yesterday there was a little bit, but we worked it out. But today there's several things. So the person that I work with, she has an appointment, so when she gets back, I'm like, okay, there's some issues today and I need help. What do I do? But And yeah, that's what we're doing. So that's why I'm talking longer on this one, because I'm waiting. I'm waiting for my system to update and do its deed. Um Annoying. And then, I'll have my cottage cheese again today. Oh yeah, and at Aldi, I found some Halloween stuff, y'all, because they're, a lot of the places now, if they have any Halloween left, it's discounted. So I got some more wax melts for 39 cents. Then I got this really cute pumpkin pillow. It's just an ivory colored pumpkin, but and it's got like kind of um the rope for its like little stem, and then the face is done with like black felt. It's so cute. $2.49. Then I saw at this one that they also had, it was kind of like toy treats, I guess, but basically it was a little baggie, and it had like kazoos, spider rings, other little games and different things, like an assortment of toys, 25 pieces in the bag, and which I think it says ages 3 plus, but yeah, I would say it's great for those 3 to 7, which I do find a lot of our trick-or-treaters are younger. A lot of the older ones that, are 10 plus kind of come a little bit later. But I was like, well, this would be great for the little kids, right? So I got that, 25 pieces, $1.19. I was like, okay, can't beat that, right? So got that and put that aside for next year. So that's good there. I know some people buy the candy for next year. I don't know. I don't do that. What do you do? But finding, like these toys and stuff, I thought that was a really good deal. So we'll have that. But other than that, a lot of the Halloween was picked up. Like the other Aldi we went to on Sunday had hardly anything. So I was kind of excited to find these couple things. And then I've been seeing that like At Home and Joann's and Michael's have been having sales. I'm not sure if I'll get to any of that, y'all. But it looks fun. We'll see. And yeah, so just a normal Tuesday so far, at least, in the grand scheme of things. Just regular old Tuesday. Feels weird saying that, but you know what I mean. At the Parker house, I guess I'm trying to keep my mind on other things, because I don't want to be like stressed out, and I don't want to be sitting here worried. So I've just been trying to keep my mind on other things, like especially work, but apparently work is like, nah, when are you going to do that? Why do we want to give you work to do? So yeah, that's what's going on. I guess I'll talk to y'all in a little bit. And lunch today, y'all, is of course cottage cheese, some of the rest of the other half of the green tomatoes, an avocado, of course, and I put a couple red tomatoes, and I've got the sofrito, as well as the slap ya mama hot. Okay, y'all, so I thought I'd show you what I'm making for dinner. So on Saturday at Trader Joe's, I got this delicata squash. Now, I have already trimmed the ends, but they're usually around this size. They're not a huge squash, but they're so great. When it's called delicata, like, it is a delicate squash, but it's so easy. And what's great is when you roast it, the skin is edible. So all we have to do with this, how I'm going to do it, is I'm going to cut them into rings and then take out the seeds. This is what it looks like once you've put them into, I did about 1/2 inch thick circles. And then I'm going to remove all of the seeds and just simply use a spoon. And here it is, all de-seeded. Now, of course, the ends, you're not going to have a perfect circle through there. But that's great. And then what you're going to need from here, so about 2 tablespoons of avocado oil. You want to use a high smoke oil because we're going to be roasting this at 400. So avocado or ghee or duck fat, any of those work well. And then for the seasonings, I am going to go with a Slap Ya Mama. I'm using the hot. And then I'm also going to use some brown swerve. I'm going to probably do a tablespoon of each. So it's going to be that sweet spiciness. All right, here's the squash. I added the seasoning. Now I'm just going to mix it really well. Make sure everything gets the oil and the seasoning on it. And then I'm going to do it in the air fryer. So I've got my tray lined with aluminum foil. I put these in the air fryer at 400, 15 minutes, then flipped them, did another 15, and they are tender. What do y'all think? Have you had delicata squash before? How do you make it? So here is the dinner. I've got the squash with a piece of salmon and some stuffies. And yeah, it is, well, I guess I put it underneath, but I took one and bit into it. It's good, y'all. Really good. I hope you like it. All right, y'all. That's another week of the Warden Report. I know I still need to draw for the giveaway. I will do that soon. I promise. This weekend kind of put me off on everything, but I will get it done. And yeah, so that's our week. There's my husband.
Hey, how you doing?
So I hope you enjoyed it. Please give it a thumbs up, y'all, and leave a comment. And I will talk to y'all soon. Stay tuned to see all of our wonderful channel members. Thank y'all again for your support. You're amazing. Bye.